ஸ்ரீமதே ராமானுஜாய நமஹ. ஸ்ரீமதே நிகமாந்த மகாதேசிகாய நமஹ. Welcome back to the Kaattum Vedha Viththu series, where we study how Thiruppaavai shows us the paths to reach Yemperiman. We begin with today's Paasuram. Mayanai Mannu Vadamadurai Maindhanai தூய பெருநீர் யமுனை துறைவனை ஆயர் குலத்தினில் தோன்றும் மணி விளக்கை தாயை குடல் விளக்கம் செய்த தாமோதரனை தூயோமாய் வந்து நாம் தூமலர் தூவித் தொழுது வாயினால் பாடி மனத்தினால் சிந்திக்க போய பிழையும் புகுதருவான் நின்றனவும் தீயினில் தூசாகும் செப்பேலோர் எம்பாவாய். Let us first look at the simple meaning of this Paasuram. The girls who wanted to participate in the Margari Nonbu were afraid that their past sins may stop them from finishing the Nonbu. After all, even Rama's crowning ceremony got cancelled, so their fear is natural. On hearing this, Andal informs them that by praying to Krishna, they can get rid of all their past sins. She further mentions that no punishments will come to them for any new sins that they commit without their knowledge. She also goes on to talk about Krishna's Leelas, starting from his avatar to the time Krishna spent in Thiruvaaipadi. Let us go deeper into the Paasuram. In this Paasuram, Andal imparts the jnana about Yemperiman to us. First, she tells us that Yemperiman is Mayan, and so implies that his Maya cannot be overcome by a human being with their own effort. Only surrender to him will help overcome this Maya. Through the choice of beautiful words, Andal shows us the nature and greatness of Krishna. Those words and their inner meaning are as follows. Number 1. Mayan. This word refers to his Pararupam. Number 2. Madurai Maindan refers to Vibhavam. Number 3. Turaivan implies Vyuham. Number 4. Vilakku denotes Antaryami. Number 5. Damodaran refers to the Archai form of Perumal. And finally, number 6. Yamunai Turaivan indicates our Alvars and Acharyans. It is interesting to note that Alvars and Acharyans have been born on holy river banks like Kaveri and Tamirabarani and were sent to our world by Yemperiman for guiding us through this samsara. This deep jnana is provided by Andal so that we understand Yemperiman at least a little and also about samsara and how to cross it. This is the starting point of Jnana Yoga. Let us now analyze these two lines. தூயோமாய் வந்து நாம் தூமலர் தூவித் தொழுது வாயினால் பாடி மனத்தினால் சிந்திக்க. Most of us may not know the subtle and finer aspects of these three yogas. For example, when one does puja at home with flowers while chanting the name of Perumal, is it karma yoga because you are doing something with your hand or body, or is it bhakti yoga because you are showing your devotion? This is a fine line, is it not? Well, Andal takes us through these questions in her own style. The words Thuyomai Vandu may imply physical cleansing. Actually, it is purity of thought. Andal tells us that thought cleansing is more important than body cleansing. The action of Pushpanjali is glorified in the words Tu malar tuvittorudu here. However, did Andal really mean this action? Consider this. When you see a flower, what is your first thought? Oh, this flower is beautiful. Let me pluck it. But a true Vaishnavite may tend to think, let me pluck it and place it on Yemperiman's lotus feet. Emotional reaction always comes first. Andal explains the subtle nuances in these two lines like this. In Karma Yoga, the active aspect of the mind is more involved. In Bhakti Yoga, the emotional aspect of the mind is more involved. And in Jnana Yoga, the intellectual aspect of the mind is more involved. While the above lines in Thiruppaavai may look like Karma Yoga on the surface, the underlying message is actually Bhakti Yoga. We hope this clarifies the nuances, and one should not be too worried if the classification is imperfect. The word cheppu means to tell or say. What is Andal asking us to say? This requires a detailed explanation. When we do some yajna, there may be some errors in the materials used, dravya lobham, mantras chanted, kriya lobham, or the process followed, niyama lobham. So, we even do prayashchitta homa to correct mistakes of the previous yajna. But what happens if mistakes happen even in that also? This starts off an endless cycle. This is why Andal says that the ultimate recourse to stop this endless cycle of mistakes is to say Sarvam Shri Krishnarpanam at the conclusion of any action. Chanting Shri Krishna's name will remove all mistakes or abacharams and give us benefits only. Therefore, when Andal says Cheppu, chant Krishna's name, it is essentially Bhakti Yoga underlying Karma Yoga. It is no wonder that Thiruppaavai enhances our actions, emotions, and intellect. Andal Thiruvadigalai Saranam.